Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF NXT. I'm Mike today with Jim Ross and Booker T. And today on NXT, we have Father Yule in the ring right now on NXT. And yes, we know Thanksgiving is coming up, or Thanksgiving Day is coming up this week, this Thursday. Is where the TWF will have their living sagas with Team Shrap taking on Team Gunther. Mike today says, and we got Father Yule or Grandfather Cold in the ring. Yeah, you got that's right, Mike. This Thursday is Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day. The Living Sagas, Team Shrap fights Team Gunther. And we have Father Yule or Grandfather Cold in the ring, Jim Ross says. I'll tell you one thing right now about Father Yule, Grandfather Cold, whatever you want to call him, whatever spin folks want to put on him. You know, he's not going to meet everyone's standards of what they think Father Yule or Grandfather Cold should look like or how they should behave. You know, I did him one year. You know, I did Father Yule or Grandfather Cold one year in 2011 YL. But I wasn't the only one that did it. Mick Foley also did on that one as well. But anyway, I still think it's too early for him. He should show up at the end of the Thanksgiving Day walk. Either which one is going to be on ABC or NBC or Fox or whatever. Because CBS lost the rights to the Macy one, Booker T says. So let's see what he has to say. Why are you going to say it's too early for Father Yule or Grandfather Cole to show up? You know, as far as Eastern Christendom goes, it would be still too early because they don't do Yule until the first month. In Western Christendom, they don't do Yule until the 12th month. Yeah, Jim Ross said there was a breakup between Western Christendom and Eastern Christendom a long time ago, you know, and as far as Eastern Christendom taking on the Christendom Daybook, they did, but in their mind, they never really liked Yule being on the 12th month, so they put Yule on the first month. Who knows? No one really seems to know why, but it's never too early for Father Yule or Grandfather Cold. Ho, 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 happy Yule. It is I, Father Yule, to some of you folks, Grandfather Cold to others, Santa Claus to the whole world. And I know that Thanksgiving Day is coming up, and then you folks won't say that it's too early for me. I know I hear the scathing over the years about how you stole Yule from Jesus. I did not steal Yule from Jesus. Yule has always been about Jesus, alright? Even if you do it in the 12th month, you do it in the first month, Yule is about Jesus, alright? I didn't steal Yule from him. You know, when I'm flying around the world and giving out gifts to every house and every land body in the world except for the frozen land, where really no one lives there unless you're doing wisdom work or something. You know, when I give out gifts, when I come to see folks, I am showing the love and kindness that Jesus showed folks when he was alive. And I also help to keep folks happy and glee for Yule, because Yule is the holy day which onlooks the birth of Jesus. And I help bring folks back to God and Jesus by my kind deeds, by what I say and by what I do. So no, I didn't steal Yule from Jesus at all, and that's one scathing I can stand up to. And the other scathing that I don't think is right is folks make a big deal about me knowing when someone's awake, when they're asleep, they've been bad, they've been good. That's all I know. That's all God and Jesus let me see. That's all they tell me. They just say, alright, someone's awake. Alright, someone's asleep. That's it. Alright, someone's been good. Someone's been bad. That's it. I'm not the one going around dooming anyone. You know, I'm not the one that's not glancing on folks. So, the way that I look at it, is that some folks just make a big deal about the folklore behind Father Yore, Grandfather Cold. And I, Zia Lee, and I think that you, shit, stand up. Oh, so now I can't stand up now. That sucks. I'm thinking you were the former WWE 24/7 fighter in 2009 between FYL. Yeah, I saw how you beat Akira Tozawa and you lost it back to R-Truth. And I'll stop you right there, Zia Lee. There were many Santa Clauses that year. You know, there were. There was that Santa Claus. Then there was also another Santa Claus that showed up on backstage or back room, you know, that got to be with Renee Young and Booker T and Christian Cage and, you know, and Amber Moon. Then there was another Father Yule, which showed up on WWE's you know, so there were like about 2 Father Yules, and I showed up in the back room show. That other Father Yule was on Monday Night Raw that won the W 24/7 winnings. Well, that wasn't me. And yes, there was a Santa Claus on Dark that year for AEW, but that still wasn't me either. Oh, well, I do know that you were a former TWF 24/7 fighter. And I know that for a truth, you know, and I know for a truth that year that you won it from me. Do you want to fight me again, Father Yule and Father Yule or Grandfather Cold? You want to fight me again? You want to wrestle me again and see if you get lucky? Because I can tell you, lightning does not strike twice, doesn't strike 2 times in the same stead. It does not. So, come on. We all know that the only grounds for you being around in skilled wrestling businesses, the only grounds to why OVW and WWE and AEW are going to do something with you this year, it's just for some heel wrestler to beat the shit out of you. Hey, you keep talking like that, Zia Lee, and you'll be on the bad list. And instead of getting that Apple iSpeaker with Apple iOS you've been asking for, you're going to get either a Motorola or a Samsung or a LG, you know, Y speaker with Google Android instead. Zia Lee, you do not pick on Father Yule or Grandfather Cold, and I'll tell you why. In 2006, YL, there were 3 Santa Clauses that year. One Santa Claus showed up at Ragnarok to oversee a women's clothing match, which was Big Dick Johnson, and it was not Father Yule, not the true one. Another Santa Claus showed up on Friday Night SmackDown and had a match with David Batista, which David Batista beat him, and that was Selvin Govray. Another Santa Claus showed up at Onlook to the Fighters, which was filmed for Monday Night Raw, and that one was the true one. Oh, no, it shifted out that was me that year. But you're not going to be bullying Father Yule or Grandfather Cold. You want to fight for the TWF 24/7 winnings? Well, Father Yule, Grandfather Colt's not going to be the one that you're going to be wrestling and fighting. See, I know someone who just wants to win it back. Wants to win it from you, and you're fighting Aleister Black. Well, John Bradshaw Lakefield, the main overseer of the TWF, the nearest thing that we have to Adam Pearce and Nick Ambris and Ava Rain and Santina Morella and Christopher Daniels showed up. Mike today says, well, Jim Ross says, and don't worry, Father Yule, don't worry, Grandfather Cold, I'll deal with Xia Li. Well, thank you for doing that, Aleister Black. Well, this match is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is from the Kingdom Folkrijk of the Netherlands, Aleister Black. And she is from the Folkrijk of Eastland, Xia Li. Meaning, well, first off, Aleister Black came very near to beating Xia Li. Oh, he did! Aleister Black just knocked down Xia Li with one of his kicks, Mike today says. Will this be his morning? Will he win the TWF 24/7 winnings, Mike today says. If the Fight Lord can reckon a 1, 2, 3, Jim Ross, they only happen. 1, 2, and a kick out. Oh, Booker T said it takes more than one kick to knock out Xia Li, and that Neverlander should know that. And then once again, he wants to do it again. This time, Xia Li got out of the way, and she hit him with her fist. And that's it. She took him down with the same kick. Well, Booker T says, Aleister Black is now going to be reckoning all the stars. Well, the Fight Lord reckons 1, 2, 3, Booker T says. Would you stop saying that, Mike today said? Why you always got to get the last word in? Why you always got to say something shameful or scathing or something? Mike today says. Yeah, Booker T says. Why you got to do that for? Yeah, always got something mean to say, nothing never kind to say. Always got to put someone down. Jim Ross says. Ding. Here is your winner, and still a TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. You want to know why? You want to know why I have nothing good to say? Booker T says. Because I'm a heel, Mike. I'm a heel, Jim. And when you're a heel sport sportscaster, you got to back up all the heels, and you got to say all the mean things about the good wrestlers. And since you are good baby layer sportcasters, you got to back up the good wrestlers and say good things about the baby layers. Booker T says. And ever since this is my free diff hail run. I've been that way since my 2 diff run in WWE. Booker T says. Well, Mike today says, Aleister Black came very, very truly near to winning the TWF 24/7 winnings, Mike today says, but sadly, that did not happen. No, it did not happen, Booker T says. He came very near, but at the end of the day, Xia Li still beat him and still kept the TWF 24/7 winnings. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Booker T says, that's what's going to happen every single time the Aleister Black fight Xia Li is going to lose. They say one of the meanings of, madness is doing something the same way over and over again and then thinking that you're going to get a new outcome. And that would be madness. Well, Alright, Mike today says we're going to take it away. Alright, Mike today says we're going to take it away now to Renee Young. Well, thank you, Mike today and Jim Ross. I'm going to be talking with Xia Li here today on NXT. Alright, Xia Li, you once again have beat Aleister Black, and you're still the TWF 24/7 fighter. However, what made you want to come out and guilt and shame and bully Father Yul or Grandfather Cold? First off, you know, I don't know what we Far Eastern Eastlanders call Father Yul or Grandfather Cold, but I could tell you what. He's going to lie and say he didn't win the WWE 24/7 winnings and 2009 between us while when he did. Then he's going to say that he got lucky when he won the TWF 24/7 winnings. And I'll tell you what right now. No man or woman can beat me. You know, need be, a lot of folks may have thought that I was, that I could truly be beat, because I lost a lot of matches when I was in WWE on NXT. And I lost a lot of matches when I was on SmackDown and then on Raw before I got let go. But then when I went to TNA, I've been winning matches so far. So, yeah. Say what you want to say about my WWE run and my TNA run. But what you're not going to say in my TWF run, I only lost 3 times. You know? And if Grandfather Cold or Father Yul thinks that he's going to give me a Y speaker with Google Android instead of Apple iOS, he's got another guess coming. Well, Xia Li, still the TWF 24/7 fighter. Back to you, Mike today, and back to Mike today and Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Xia Li here today on NXT. And that's all the time we have here for NXT. I, Mike today, with Jim Ross and Booker T. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite or Mike.